two-way market, right? Some up as well, and not 10:1, 8:1 declines to advances like we've had for the last few days. So what do we have? First rates, so 20, some green, so 23,065. It's kind of unchanged almost. 49,400 in the Nifty Bank. The Sensex at 76 to something. And it's a little down now, so more pronounced, but 2340 on the Nifty. 23,000 basically. 23,005 is the level. That's a 78.6% retracement to the rally from the lows of the 27th of January. And let's just hope that doesn't come into play, because then you're looking at that January low. So it's a small change, unchanged, more down than up. That's a Nifty heat map emerging into view as well. Some, I think, 30-odd names are lower and the rest are higher. But this is just the inside of the first 1 minute of market open that we are looking at right now. But stocks should be.
Yeah, I mean, right now the mid-cap index, it fell 0.5%. Now it's trying to find some stability. Down about 0.3, 0.4% thereabouts. Ircon, I mentioned, there's one more Gopal Snacks, by the way. Bhujia is not tasting very good this morning, just like what we saw with the other company, Bikaji. Anyway, on the Nifty, let's see, what's positive. IT is providing some support. TCS, Infosys, these are two stocks right on top. Tech Mahindra is actually, joining in to make a trio. There is some buying on HUL, ICICI Bank, Britannia, L&T. So there's some consumer buying overall. That's one trend we can spot. Tata Consumer, HUL, like I said, Britannia. There's some gains over here. And then a couple of the banks are trying to support. ICICI is one of them. Let's see what the others are doing. Know that it starts fizzling out after that. IndusInd is lower. Kotak Mahindra Bank is lower. Axis is also down 1.5%. So there's no real clarity in terms of the large bank moves right now. And HDFC also is, for the time being, it's on the red side of the screen. So very flat on the bank Nifty as well. In fact, talking of the losers, Hero Moto, M&M, there's Reliance, which is down about 1.2%. So Reliance is big heavyweight on the downside. Absolutely evenly spread out. No sense of clear direction on the Nifty, at least.
Well, that's right. Surbhi, and a few stocks that are calling for attention. Zaggle Prepaid, another day, another circuit down, but this time it's a 5% circuit down. ITC Hotels as well was showing some promise. A lot of delivery-based buying a few sessions ago. It went to 180. Now it's at around 167, but that as well comes up as one of the top volume movers. United Breweries, yesterday Sudarshan had told us about the price hike that they're getting in Telangana, and some of those dues as well are being settled. So explains why United Breweries, well, that stock is one of the rare stocks in the green, up close to around 3%. Sale, difficult to call this one, and a lot of debate on the street whether or not, the numbers are good or bad. But at least as of the numbers that we had, volume growth was fairly okay. You had input costs that were a little bit low. You'll have to question why the employee cost was so much lower as well, and some debt reduction as well. So that underperformer that's seen a big correction from the recent peak, that's up close to around 3%. Nalco pulled back big time in yesterday's trading session. From the high of the day, it was down close to around 8%. Today, for starters, it's up close to around 2% or thereabouts. Antique was one of those brokerages that are fairly positive on the stock. And I think Berger Paints as well. Wow, good green out there. That's up close to around 3% as we speak. So some green on the screen. The breadth of the market is in favor of the number of stocks that are declining. But the sense you get just looking at the screen is some of these stocks, well, there is some buying interest that we're seeing, but let's see how the course of the day pans out.
Well, 2:1 declines to advances. So it's not that bad. It's not as bad. It's bad enough, but it's not as bad as the last 2 days, 2 or 3 days specifically. And the index is settling down 20 points. Just 2 or 3 more names. Gensol is down 12%. Usually it doesn't come up in the top volume-led list. But Gensol is down 12% on some volumes, not humongous, but some volumes. Kirloskar Oil Engines is down about 6%, and it's got large volumes, so 736 on Kirloskar Oil Engines. There is K Fintech, which is down about 4.5%, 990 on K Fintech. Again, it's had a bit of a swoon, absolute crack, and then a bit of a recovery, 100, 200 rupee recovery, and then now back under 1,000 rupees. And I think the others we've already mentioned, Zaggle, Ircon, Amber is down 3%. And of course, Time Technoplast is down a full 8%. Our research team highlighted that in the morning with the numbers and the rest of it.
Prashant, just one more trend to highlight, that PSU stocks, which have obviously taken brunt of the beating, there's some semblance of buying or recovery in PSU names like NMDC, SAIL, a couple of banks, Union Bank, Bank of India. So these are Bank of Baroda as well. Some green on the PSU side of the screen this morning.